Welcome to Seeing Dead People, the mystery storytelling podcast with a clairvoyant twist. We end every episode with Darcy answering a question from a listener about her psychic process. Well, I want to follow up with our listener's question, and thanks for that discussion about Marilyn Monroe, Darcy. It was really interesting, and I really appreciated getting your insights on her. And I'm going to lead into my listener's question from from Marilyn Monroe. And you said really early on, right away, you said, and maybe it's because you knew, obviously she had two names, but you said this person has two names when you looked at the birth certificate. Now, where were you getting that you already knew it was Marilyn Monroe and this was her birth certificate with a different name, or were you getting something more than that, deeper than that?
No, all I heard was two names. So when I saw the picture, it reminded me of being in California. And it wasn't until the birth certificate when I thought, two names, someone with two names. And then it sort of clued in.
Okay. Well, then this is what leads me to my question. How do people like Marilyn Monroe go through life with this dual identity? Was it easier for her to put on this Marilyn Monroe persona and shine as the megawatt sex symbol, at the same time having this separate personality of Norma Jean still there? Or was Norma Jean kind of subsumed completely?
I think with her, in her particular case, Norma Jean no longer existed.
Okay.
I feel like she wanted that the past to be the past and the future to be your present. And so Marilyn Monroe was someone everyone related to. No one really knew who Norma Jean was, not even her own mother or father for that matter. So for her, she became who she was when she became Marilyn Monroe.
So that was her new personality.
Yes.
She wanted it and wanted to discard her original personality.
Yes.
So then I was thinking it would be difficult to go through life with this, competing personalities. But for someone like Marilyn Monroe, perhaps it wasn't at all. She just chucked the one and took on a new one and was better with the new one.
Well, yes and no, because the old one is always there.
Right.
Okay. But the one that people know you as, it's like being married. Okay. When you're married, you normally back then took on your husband's name. So you were always known as Mrs. say Miller.
Right.
Or Mrs. Monroe or something. No one really knew who you were prior to it. So it's the same idea.
Okay. Well, I've never married or taken on a man's name, so I've never understood that concept anyway. I've never understood why women do that. But I wonder about feeling like you're a dual personality all your life. Does that make you never an honest person?
Oh, no. You can have dual personalities all your life and still be an honest person. Is that depending on the type? Okay, I have a friend who grew up with two names. Okay, the name their mother used and the name their father used.
Oh, okay.
It didn't make them any different. It's just the mom preferred one name, the dad preferred the other. They were the same person, but if mom introduced him to anyone, he was, let's say, Norman. And if dad introduced him to anyone, he was Michael. So he's the same person. He never changed. It's just people called him different names. And that's the same as being an actor.
My own mom was born Eileen, and she hated that name because she said it made her feel like she was going to be called on in school. Eileen answered the question because she was a very driven individual. And when she went into the war as a nurse, they nicknamed her Pat because her last name was O'Brien. And she loved Pat O'Brien as a name. She loved being Pat. It was a better name for her, but half her family from her, original location in Prince Edward Island would always call her Eileen, Auntie Eileen. And the people who knew her after she was from the war and onward called her Auntie Pat. I guess it didn't affect her in any way, but someone like Marilyn Monroe, you're taking on not just a name, but a whole concept, a whole new persona.
Well, just a minute. It's like John Wayne. His real name is Marion.
Yeah, I know. That's the one you want to
change. Did it change who he was? I doubt it very much. It's just that he had two different names.
Yeah. Okay. I guess I've never known somebody who's famous or who's an actor in that regard. So I wonder if you know someone who's an actor, a very well-known actor or successful actor, do you ever, as a friend or a partner, wonder, am I seeing them not acting, or am I seeing them acting when I'm interacting with them?
Okay. I think that a lot of people would just see what they saw. Okay. Exactly whatever they're portraying. In my particular case, I'd probably be sitting there going, liar, liar, pants on fire.
Yeah, exactly. So, if you had met, for example, someone like Marilyn Monroe, what do you think you'd be saying in your mind? What would be happening when you meet someone like that? Would you be saying liar, liar, or would she be projecting Marilyn as honestly as possible because that's who she felt she was?
She would project Marion as honestly as possible. And just so you know, I have met someone, I won't use his name,
Okay.
who is a public figure. This is what everyone saw. And when I saw him, I saw the truth.
And it wasn't the
Okay.
public figure.
And it wasn't the public figure. So even though we try to hide and just show people what they want to see, because that's exactly what an actor does. They show people what they want to see. In real life, in their own home, you're going to see the real person.
Right. Okay. And when you saw this actor and you saw the real actor, was it a disappointment?
Was I disappointed? Not at all.
Oh, okay. So the real person was better than the facade of the actor.
They were a combination of both.
Oh, okay. That would be complicated. I think that would be very complicated to react and interact a lot with someone who's carrying on two personalities.
Yeah. They
Okay.
would be a combination of both.
Yeah, interesting. Okay, well, thanks. That's a great and kind of an unusual listener's question, but it just struck me, this idea of a dual personality and someone like Marilyn Monroe. Who was she really? Geez, I hope she had fun. I really hope she had fun. I hope she had something that she wanted, got something that she wanted out of life. It didn't seem like she got a lot.
Well, she didn't get a lot, but at moments she got what she was looking for.
Oh, that's good. And would you say she's at peace?
Oh, very much so.
Very much so.
Very much. And possibly a little bit of her has come back to experience that glam all over again.
How would that happen?
Well, we all get to reborn sooner or later, a piece of us.
Right. Okay, well, thanks so much. It was really a pleasure, as always, talking to you. Appreciate it. Take care of yourself. Talk again.
Okay, you have a great day.
You too.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.
This has been a program of Radio Sydney.